You're listening to the Thriving Mindfully podcast with Ananda Leeke. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by and tuning in. You're about to listen to the Strategic CEO of Your Life series. This series is all based on the lessons that my mother and loving, wise, and well ancestor, Theresa B. Gartin Leeke, taught me through her living and what she continues to share with me as my loving, wise, and well ancestor. That's right, my mom is in the spirit world and continues to bless me with her wisdom. Join me for what I hope will help you step into the strategic CEO of your life, your relationships, and your career. All right, y'all, get ready. It's about to go down. Enjoy. So today I want to talk to you about when you are in the midst of living, being, and things happen in your life that cause you to question who you are, how you're showing up, how you're serving with your gifts. You question whether you should continue in the way in which you have been showing up, in the way in which you have been serving. And it feels heavy, and it feels like you should shut down and just be still or go in a different direction or stop. Maybe you are in a place in your life where you're wondering, I don't have the passion for what I'm called to be or to do. I don't have the energy. I don't have the direction. I don't have the resources. Whatever I don't have, or whatever I'm tired, or I don't see the results. I don't see why I can't make sense of it anymore. I've invested XYZ amount of time, energy, money, creativity, whatever it is. If you are feeling that you are on empty, that you've done all that you could do, you don't know what to do next, and you are feeling as though, hey, maybe this is all there is, and it's time for me to move on. But you're still not sure. You're still not clear what is seeking to happen, or what you should do, or what the next move should be. Or you're just tired, or you're mad. You had expectations that you placed on yourself and on people around you. You put expectations and requirements on life, and things are not manifesting in the way that you thought or dreamed. And you're just ready to shut it all down. If that's you, then this podcast is for you. It is actually for me as well. I'm in a place, y'all. It's a place that I've been before. You may have been here too. And the prayer that I am asking my prayer partner and accountability partner to support me in is for guidance on what are my next best steps. And when I get to this place, I use 3 questions that I put into a prayerful affirmation. And I got these 3 questions and I've altered them slightly, but I learned them through my teacher, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith of Agape in Los Angeles. And you can just look up Agape, A-G-A-P-E, and Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. And I want to give a shout out to Reverend Michael and the Agape family for everything that they do. And the 3 questions that I have embraced and made my own and I use in my own life and in the work that I have been called to do thus far in my business, Ananda Leeke Consulting, a wellness company, and Thriving Mindfully Academy, and with my coaching clients and organizational clients. The 3 questions that I use with myself and them are: what is seeking to emerge within me? What good am I missing? And what are my next best steps? And then the other thing that I have been using in the past several years is that I recognize that in some of these times, I get into the belief that I am separate and apart from the Creator and my angels, my loving, wise, and well ancestors, and my spirit guides, my master teachers, my grade 8 archetypes, my Orisha, my loved ones, and the keepers of the Akashic record. And you don't have to have the entire spiritual team like I do, but mine is a gumbo that I have used over this last 58, almost 59 years. And this is my process, and it works for me. So whatever spiritual entity or entities that you lean into, that you pray to, that you have relationship with, whether you call it spirit, the universe, the ancestors, lean into their support and know that you're not alone, you're not separate and apart. And the thing that has helped me is understanding that I am not I am in a divine we. I am in a divine oneness. That I'm not alone. And so my questions take on the divine we, not a me, not a human me, but a divine we. And so the way that I phrase those 3 affirmative prayers is: what is seeking to emerge within us? In saying that, I acknowledge and I claim and I lean into and I trust the divine we-ness of all the spiritual entities that support me. And that brings me comfort. It grounds me. So I say, what is seeking to emerge within us? What good are we missing here? I say, what good are we missing here? Because in thinking that and feeling and experiencing these emotions, having these thoughts run through my mind, I can get blinded by the appearance of things, the very real appearance of things. I can get weighed down by what is showing up in my life when it's not things that I expect, things that I thought would be that aren't. When it gets messy, when it gets so messy and uncomfortable and even painful, I get caught up and I'm not able to see. So I lean into the divine we-ness of that affirmative prayer. What is seeking to emerge within us? What good are we missing here? And let me back up and say that what is seeking to emerge within us. I know from previous experiences that whenever I am at this place where I'm ready to quit, where I'm fed up, where I'm frustrated, where I'm angry, where I'm not clear, where I am tired, where I am exhausted from whatever it is, or things are so messy that all I want to do is just yell, scream, or shut down what I've been called to be or do or to show up as or how to serve. That is a sign for me. That is a sign for me that something bigger than what I even can imagine is seeking to emerge within me. And the only way for me to move into a space of getting some guidance, some wisdom, is to surrender. And so that I can hear what is trying to come through, but it's being blocked. And this is my process. This is what has been happening over decades with me. And I've learned that that's a sign that I've got to be still and that something is coming through, is seeking to come through. So I've learned to get real clear that, wow, something is trying to come through. After the tears, after me going through my thing, I get back to this place of being able to get still for a moment, to say this prayer, or to ask my prayer partner, my accountability partner, Miko, my soul family members who walk this path with me, who pray and affirm and know the truth of who I am and whose I am. I can go to them all. I can shoot them a text. I can leave them a voice note. I can call. I can write an email and say, hey, hold space for me. And even in the silence of not even saying, I know that they're holding space for me on a daily basis. So that affirmative series of 3 prayer statements, what is seeking to emerge within us? That is like my white flag of surrender. What is seeking to emerge within us? Then the next white flag of surrender is, what good are we missing here? And then the third white flag of surrender is, what are our next best steps? That third piece, being able to say that in the midst of not knowing, not even trusting, not even believing, in the midst of discomfort, in the midst of pain, having that affirmative prayer, whether I'm saying it or someone that is in my sacred circle is saying it and affirming it on my behalf, those 3 white flags of surrender bring me into a place where I can begin to let go of my need to control, my need to work things out, my need to have an understanding of why this is this way and why this is that way and how come, why come, and who, and blah, blah, blah. I can begin to breathe deeply. I can begin to allow the 20,000 breaths that we all get each day. I can allow them to align with Spirit's breath, this breath of life. And in breathing deeply, I can begin to calm the nervous system. And then by giving myself a hug and continuing to breathe deeply, I can reset my nervous system, because the stress of trying to control it all, the stress of the emotions and riding this roller coaster of fear and doubt and anger, this roller coaster of being human, whatever the emotions are, whatever the thoughts are, whatever's going on. By hugging myself for 20 seconds or more, I am doing myself a service of slowing down and offering myself freedom today. I'm being soft as fuck with myself by any means necessary. That's the as fuck part of the soft, that acronym that I've been talking about. The S is slowing down. The O is offering. The F is freedom. That freedom is the birthright of mindfulness, the self-care, the self-love, the self-worth, the self-forgiveness, the self-kindness, the self-compassion, the patience, the non-judgment. All of that I've been given, that you've been given, we've been given. I'm able to tap into that because in slowing my breath down and offering myself freedom through the breath, claiming these all powerful birthrights, doing it today being the present moment, being soft as fuck with myself by any means necessary in the moment. I am activating 2 super self-care powers that show up in the body as oxytocin, the love hormone, and serotonin, the feel-good hormone. And together they work to reduce the stress hormone of cortisol that shows up in our bodies when we get into these places and the emotions are roller coastering. I don't even know if that's a word, I just made it up. Life be lifing, and it be lifing at such a high degree that we don't feel settled. We're all stirred up and stressed out, and that shows up in our body in different ways. But when we breathe deeply and we hug ourselves, we're able to calm the nervous system down. And that process allows us to be soft. And in that softness, we're able to surrender more of who we thought we needed to be for who we truly are. Even when we may not know, we may not be able to see or understand as it unfolds. We're able to take care of ourselves from moment to moment. And it is through the breath that we're able to connect with a power greater than ourselves, whatever you name that power. We're able to slow down so that we can receive the guidance, the wisdom, to know what is seeking to emerge within us, what good we are missing here, and what are our next best steps. So if this sounds like anything that you are currently experiencing, have experienced, or know someone is experiencing, give yourself a moment. Even if you can't even do any of what I shared, give yourself a moment of the 1,440 minutes that you get each day to take one of those minutes and just breathe with me. And if it feels good to hug yourself as we breathe together. And I'm going to lead us through 3 big breaths. And we're going to inhale. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. And then if it feels right for you, only if it feels right, I want you to join me. So we're going to first come into a comfortable posture. That's a position that allows the body to just be. Maybe it's laying down for you in this moment. Maybe it's standing still, or maybe it's seated. Maybe the body doesn't want to sit up straight or stand up straight. Whatever it is, allow the body to be. Be soft with the body. And as you come into the posture that is right for you and your body in this moment, noticing how your breath feels, just noticing the breath, the quality of the breath. And then if it feels good to bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart, noticing the heartbeat. If you notice the sensation of it, and then if the hand is on the belly and it feels right, taking a big breath in through the nose, holding the breath and noticing how the breath feels in the belly and the body, and then slowly exhaling through the mouth, making a sigh. So we're going to do that 3 times. And on each exhale, we're going to exhale through the mouth, and we're going to allow that sigh to get louder if that works for you. Because we want to let go of anything that we're holding on to that is preventing us from really being present to ourselves and our breath and our body in this moment. So let's inhale deeply through the nose, holding that breath, and then slowly releasing that breath through the mouth, making a releasing all of the breath. Just taking a moment to notice the body. Any sensations, any tingling, any tension, any tightness, any spaciousness. Or maybe you may not notice anything, and that's okay. So let's take the second breath of life. Inhale deeply through the nose, holding that breath, and then exhaling. Breathing in again. And then exhaling. Releasing the hands from the body if you have them on your body. Noticing how you feel in this moment. I know for me, in recording this podcast and sharing what's on my heart right as it is, not trying to control what was coming out, just allowing what needed to come out to come out. I know in breathing together, in releasing my me-ness and coming into the divine we-ness and saying the affirmative prayer and repeating it and letting it come out. I know I'm in a different place after hugging myself for more than 20 seconds and breathing deeply. My nervous system feels different. It feels grounded. It doesn't mean that I'm not still experiencing the thoughts and the feelings that I had when I began this podcast, when I started this day, even after my prayer and accountability session with my prayer partner, my brother Miko. What I feel is softer with myself. What I feel is I have surrendered with those 3 white flags of surrender questions, those divine questions. I feel some spaciousness. I don't know what is next. I don't know when those answers will come. And I may be back right where we are right now in 15 minutes or in less than 5. It depends on what this journey that I'm in right now, this season of my life is right now. I may be back surrendering, and that has happened. What I do know is that I have this power that lives inside of me that is more than my humanity, that I am not alone, that I am grounded and surrounded by a power greater than me that allows me to be a co-creator. That's my belief. And I'm leaning into that, and I'm trusting as much as I can. And to be honest, that's not my full effort, because I'm walking through a season where it's shaky right now. But this practice, knowing that I have these birthrights, choosing to claim and practice these birthrights, that's what being a strategic CEO means to me. That's what being strategic with my self-care means to me. That's what honoring my mother's legacy, my mother Theresa B, Gartin Leeke, my loving, wise, and real ancestor, that's what the lessons that she taught me through her own living of being a strategic CEO of her life. And then me taking those lessons and interpreting them in my own way, in my life. All of this that I just shared is out of my playbook of being a strategic CEO. What I just shared represents me resourcing myself, asking for the support that I need, seeking out through people, tools, practices, communities, experiences. That's the R in strategic CEO. So this journey of being a strategic CEO is multi-layered, multifaceted, messy. It's filled with stuff I don't like, stuff that I'm like, why? Stuff I don't understand. And right now, I'm not really clear on what are the next steps of being a strategic CEO, what that means, and what I'm called to be and how I'm called to show up and share my gifts. What I do know is that I have a framework that I can lean into to help me be still, to help me get clear on what is next, on what is seeking to emerge within the divine we inside of me. What good that the divine we inside of me is missing, and what the next steps are for the divine we in me to take. That's what I do know. And I was guided to share all of this as I am going through it. Don't necessarily know why or how it is to benefit others. All I got was record the podcast. Record it. And trust that it will go where it needs to go and bless who it needs to bless. Not always easy things for me to do when I'm in my humanness. Because I want to know, I want to see, I need a blueprint, I need a plan, I got to have evidence. Does that sound like you? It might be. I'm a recovering type A lawyer, investment banker, who likes to have a plan, likes to have it all mapped out. But not today, not in this season of living at 58 going on 59. I'm being moved into a different season, and it's not clear, and it's uncomfortable, and it's unveiling itself in its own unique way. And so I'm learning to ride these waves. If you're a surfer, I'm not a surfer. I'm learning to surf in uncharted waters, or sail in uncharted waters, if you will. So I'm learning to do that with this framework that my mom blessed me with, being a strategic CEO of my life and tapping into what all that means. And right now that means resourcing myself, that R in strategic CEO. So I want to leave you with a few things. If you're experiencing what I'm experiencing or something similar, I encourage you, I invite you to resource yourself. What support do you need in order to move through your life in this present moment? What support do you need in order to move through your relationships, your career, and or your business at this moment, this season in your life? What resources do you need? And what is one way that you can tap into those resources? What is just one way? Maybe it is just simply breathing and hugging yourself, taking care of yourself. Maybe that's it. Whatever it is, take one of the 1,440 minutes that you get each day and do that one thing, or move yourself towards that one thing. Start with your breath. That breath is your lifeline. It is the first line of self-care. It is one of the best. It's available 24/7, 365, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Make your breath your BFF. Just a simple inhale and an exhale. If you need to get grounded, hug yourself. Test this out. Notice for 20 seconds or more as you breathe deeply. Does that bring calm to your body? Because when you are able to calm your nervous system down, you're able to get grounded. When you're able to breathe deeply, you're able to settle in and be still. You're able to be soft with yourself. Maybe that's what you need. Just those things. They sound simple. They can be difficult to do if you're running around thinking that you need to do a whole laundry list of things or thinking that you don't have the time. But I'm here to tell you that you do. You get 1 minute each day out of the 1,440 minutes that you get. You got 1 minute to be soft with yourself, to take care of yourself with your breath and a hug. Maybe it's something completely different than what I'm offering. But taking some time each day to check in with yourself, to see what you need, resourcing yourself to move through this moment, this life that you're experiencing right now, these relationships, this career, the business, or maybe all of it. Well, that's what I have for you. I want to invite you to continue to listen for a few Ananda commercials, is what I like to call them, that may be of interest to you. Those Ananda commercials are things that I've recorded to help you see how we might be in community together, how we might work together, how I can support you, how you can resource yourself with my support. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Did you know that mindful self-care is your birthright and your superpower for being the real you and serving others in your life, relationships, and career? You get 1,440 minutes each day. You are worth 45 minutes of mindful self-care twice a month. That's right. I want you to commit to 45 minutes of mindful self-care twice a month with my support during the Thriving Mindfully Academy's mindful self-care classes that are offered on the 2nd and the 4th Mondays of each month. Join me on September 11th, 25th, October 9th, 23rd, November 13th, and 27th, and the last class is December 11th from 8 to 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via Zoom. Go to AnandaLeeke.com/movement to get your ticket. Register now, and I'll see you in the monthly Thriving Mindfully Academy's Mindful Self-Care class. See you then. Bye. One of the ways that I've been able to prepare myself and to take action from a grounded place in my body, in my breath, in my life is through human design. Human design is an amazing self-empowerment, and it's IN-POWERMENT, empowerment, because it's from the inside out. It's a self-empowerment and self-discovery tool that was introduced to me in 2021 through a coaching experience. And over the past 2 years, I have experimented with it and integrated it into my life, my relationships, and my career and my business. And it is a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong experiment. I am now bringing it into a space where I'm offering it to folks like you to support you in preparing yourself and taking action in your life, your relationships, and your career and business. It marries my Thriving Mindfully, heart-centered approach to being present well in the real you. And I use it with my coaching clients. I use it with the Thriving Mindfully Academy members. And now I want to invite you to explore it with me as your human design doula. In human design, you are called to give birth, if you will, to yourself, the real you. And we do that every single day. We do it every single moment. We get 1,440 minutes each and every day. And in each minute, you're birthing yourself. I mean, you're always changing. You're always growing. And so, in order to navigate that process, I'm here acting as a doula, someone who can midwife you through this experience, help you understand what human design is based on where you are in your life, help you take the parts of human design that resonate with you the most, because at different times different things resonate with us, and help you understand it, help you see how you can use it as a tool to connect with your own body's awareness and wisdom. If you're interested, I want to invite you to visit my website. Go to anandaleeke.com/human design to learn more about how we can work together. I offer 2 types of readings. There's a basic reading, and then there's a more advanced reading once you have an understanding of human design. Check it out. There's also a video that walks you through my own human design experience and gives you some basic information about human design. There are other podcast episodes for the Thriving Mindfully podcast that you can check out. Just go to AnandaLeeke.com/podcast, or wherever you find this podcast, you can look and see in the archive the human design episodes. So I look forward to connecting with you more about human design. I'm super excited to offer the Soft as Fuck Sunday series in DC. That's right. If you're in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area on September 24th or December 10th, join me for an amazing afternoon of meditation, journaling, intention setting, drawing, community sharing with a sound bath meditation, moon and seasonal wisdom, and me holding sacred space for you to connect with the autumn equinox on September 24th from 2 to 3 p.m. and to prepare for the winter solstice on December 10th from 2 to 3 p.m. All of these classes will be held at Key Kratom CBDT, 1517 U Street Northwest in DC. You can go to anandaleeke.com/soft to get your tickets for $23. I'll see you at Soft as Fuck Sundays. Bye. If you're looking for ways to inspire and empower yourself to be present well in the real you, and you want to take advantage of some of the things that I use, check out my Amazon store. Go to Amazon.com/shop/Ananda Leeke, and there you'll find the Thriving Mindfully store, which is filled with recommendations on things that I have used in my own life, relationships, and career to be present well in the real me. Check out my 3 mindfulness books, my yoga and self-love inspired novel, Love's Troubadours, my mindful creativity memoir, That Which Awakens Me, and my mindful technology memoir, Digital Sisterhood, in addition to various books, various products, essential oils, crystals, wisdom card decks, all kinds of things that I've used in my own life and spiritual and self-care practices to be who I am today, including the sound bowls that I use, the koshi chimes, the ocean drum, you name it, it's there. Check it out. Thank you for patronizing me on Amazon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to the Thriving Mindfully podcast. If you're ready to be inspired and empowered with my coaching support, join me in the Thriving Mindfully Academy. Visit AnandaLeeke.com/academy. Now, if you're ready to dive deeper and move past your comfort zone with my one-on-one coaching program, book a discovery call with me today. Visit AnandaLeeke.com. If you need something juicy to read, check out my 3 mindfulness books, Love's Troubadours, a self-love and yoga-inspired novel, That Which Awakens Me, a mindful creativity memoir, and Digital Sisterhood, a mindful technology memoir. Go to AnandaLeeke.com/books. All of my books are available on Amazon.com. Well, that about wraps us up. And as I always like to say, may we all continue to embrace thriving mindfully in everything that we think, feel, say, and do. See you next time.